Greetings, Montaiso here, and it's finally here, guys, the new update with new fun weapons to try out. Really, I've been enjoying this. Of course, there was a small period yesterday when it took some time to actually get into a game, but I think it's possible that, more people than they expected, so the matchmaking system couldn't really cope with all the players. It's a possibility because, well, there were quite a few people playing yesterday. And for this, well, I really like the idea. The new effects for flamethrowers, well, they look nice. Oh, there's, of course, they're visually busy and makes it hard to see what's happening, but that's sort of also one of the points with Pyro. Make things hard to see, spread chaos, and all around have fun. And it's nice that the flamethrower is now more consistent. That's the word. Consistent, and consistency is a good thing. And really, if you compare the flamethrower now with what was before the update, you can certainly see why, because, well, it's pretty much the same flamethrower, but now with this actually consistent. And now the airblast changes I haven't really tried out that much, so can't really say too much about them, but one thing to note that you can actually push completely in a horizontal direction, tapping and you don't need to push up into the air. So it's going to take some time actually to get used to being airblast and airblasting people, but, well, that will be later. We still have lots of time, and really it's going to take quite some time until we get the next update. I'm sure we may have some smaller ones, or with, minor bug fixes and that, because it happens. And small and quick balance changes, because that is something we get, but big updates going to take some while, probably. This is Valve. Anyway, new weapons, they're all fun. I'm not using the new flamethrower here, but that's because it is good, and in some circumstances it can be really good, but it's not good all the time. And I want to try to get the fast weapon switch of the degreaser. And the afterburn penalty of the degreaser is actually not quite that bad as it used to be. One reason is that, well, you see the team compositions. Pyros, 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 and a few other guys. So when you get them all Pyros, afterburn is not really an issue. And the way it's changed, well, it's not really quite that big of a deal anymore. Well, it wasn't really that big of a deal to begin with, but it's hard to truly judge. But yeah, there's many things. Truly judging whether something is how balanced things are, we'll have to wait until actually team positions settle down and people start playing seriously, because, well, you can't really judge things in chaotic madness like this. Are weapons good or bad? Who the hell knows? They're only a bunch of pirates running around doing silly stuff. But yeah, I really like this new flamethrower. The gas passer, the gas tank you can throw. It has the problem that you don't have it available immediately when you spawn, and you don't get it on a resupply cabinet. If they fix that, it might actually be interesting, but not. Oh, as it is. Oh, not really. And as a secondary weapon, you have the jetpack. It's really fun. It doesn't, like one might have feared, take over the degreasers. The detonator's role, because the detonator is better for quick jumps, and then you can quickly switch back to your weapon. Sure, you take some damage in the jump, but sometimes you need speed. And well, this one gives you a lot of mobility. It takes time to actually put it away, and also time to get it ready. So there is that, but if you actually plan things ahead, and, well, it can be really good and fun thing. I haven't used the new melee weapon for Pyro for the simple reason that you need to complete all the other 3 contracts, and only then can you start that contract. So, but it seems like it's a fun weapon to mess around with. And then here we got his banana. It's really nice bananas. I like bananas, but who doesn't? Then we all got a whole bunch of other balance changes. So the panic attack is pretty much a new weapon. It seems to work really well for soldier. It should work for pyro, but when I used it for pyro was pretty much immediately after the update, so had not quite gotten used to it. And well, when you are pyro running into a whole bunch of other pyros, it can be easy just simply hold down the look one button, try to keep them in your aim and hope for the best. Sometimes that fits. So, but later after one try to get the hang of the actual air blast of that work, it could possibly be a pretty good weapon. Also, it has the advantage of consistency. It then has a bunch of other effects, but it has fixed pellet spread. For people that like that kind of stuff and consistently provides, it is a good weapon. Now, then the reserve shooter got nerfed for pyro. I think one reason may very well be the way the air blast now works, that it could possibly be quite a bit buggy if the air blast still actually applied to it at one part reason. Also, it's a bit sad because the main reason why it was given to pyro to begin with, it feels like it was because the pyro could blast people into the air and get them in crit that way. After that time, it wasn't really used by pretty much anyone, that weapon. So, and then we got the pyro and people actually started using it. So it's still pretty good for soldier. For pyro, it's still okay. You do have faster switch speed with the reserve shooter now, so it's not terrible. But you also got a fast switch speed with the panic attack, so it's possible that the new reserve shooter for pyro is something like the enforcer for the spy. Technically, it's not really that bad, but it's boring. You have more fun options anyway that tend to be better. Maybe not much. Maybe the weapon is technically balanced, but other options are going to be more interesting. Then we've got a whole bunch of other balance changes. Spy got a few. For the ambassador, well, I don't use the ambassador, so I can't really speak for that one. And I didn't use the dead ringer as well, so I can't really say anything about the dead ringer. Now, I can say some things about the, eternal reward. It actually feels like it's interesting. You now can cloak with it, so in some ways the fun part may seem to be gone, but I mean, you can disguise it, you could always cloak with this point. But now you can use it to... You can get the disguise, but it will cost you all your clothes, so when you are spawning, yeah, sure, that's no problem, you can just hit the resupply cannon for running up. But out in the field, if you find yourself without disguise, well, you have an option. Are you in a situation where you can actually, get the disguise and then wait for the cloak or pick up an ammo box? Or do you need to actually... Or would it be better to just use your cloak and get close to someone and stab them and get the disguise that way? You have options. You also have now the downside of this cloak brain rate, but if you're a good spy, you should probably be able to handle that. And then we got a whole bunch of other things. So, scout changes. I don't really use most of this weapon. I think with range is not the only thing. I'm a bit skeptical about the pocket pistol actually, but the weapon needed a nerf. That I think the extra damage taken was a problem. I think they may have went a bit too far on the other way, and now it does seem like it's pretty much straight up. at the small cost of 3 shots in your original 12-shot clip, you can now get back up to half your health. Getting back that much health for what's almost no cost at all, it does seem a bit too powerful, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's hope I'm wrong. Otherwise it's probably going to see the nerf that again. Oh boy. Or pocket pistol. It's either too good or too bad. I like the new inspect animations for everything. That's a good thing. Fun thing. Also flying guillotine got changed, and I have to say that I am interested in the change to, you know, it may actually allow people actually try out the weapon on its own. Previously it was use the guillotine, well then you would obviously use the salmon for the potential for that combo. Why not? Now you can actually try to use the guillotine with other options. But is it going to be any good? Who knows? Then we got the other soldier. I really like Cow Mangler, that it can now be crit missile. Sure, it only gets mini crits, but it's not the big, massive insult to medics that it used to be, and it's not as annoying to be the Cow Mangler soldier when you have a crit big medic on your team and everyone else have managed to die and you're the only one he can crit. So he crits you and you have to switch to your second-tier weapon. Yeah, that was hilarious. It should not be that big of an issue now. Not sure, mini crits not good at full crits, but they can be decent enough. It depends on the situation. Also, Bison is back. Good thing. It has been rescued from the trash heap. It's sure it's not going to be a good weapon. It was never that, but now it's a weapon that is possible to use. That's a good thing. And you change for sniper that I like, some med change I like. Or the Crusader crossbow is changed. It's not enough to actually remove that weapon from its position as pretty much the best primary weapon for the medic, but because it's massive utility. Okay, we got a bunch of nice changes. I think most of them actually are pretty nice. Well, eviction notice I would have liked the old one because it was pretty fun to use, but yeah, if we change to the rule, all that makes sense. Engineer having to use actually metal to you when you repair stuff with Rescue Ranger, that's a good thing. And then we got that big demo change, the Claymore. It's changed. Now it has the charge duration again. The thing that's made reason why many people thought it was a fun weapon to begin with. Well, personally, I think that the opinion that's then a bit unfair. That was still, after all, a pretty good weapon for a hybrid knight. But the thing is, with this change, it can still do the things it used to be. They did not revert it fully. The downside is still that you have a damage penalty while active and not a flat health penalty. So it's still good for hybrid knights, and it's now actually an option for full demo knights. So all in all, I like that Claymore change. And well, I could go on about other things. Well, the maps are of course fun. And I also like the contracts, the fact that you don't need to complete all the secondary objectives immediately, especially for me, the Dragon Fury contract. I had completed it. I was very close with completing the secondary objectives. I was still using the loner weapon, of course. And then the teams were unbalanced. I agreed to a switch team, and I lost the loner weapon. So, well. But later I could reactivate the contract to get the bonus objectives. So that's a good thing. Also, I like the new war paints compared to how the old, you know, weapon skins worked. So much better with war paints. You can actually decide which weapon you actually want. Because the other system had problems. One reason, you could get a ridiculous amount of the weapon you don't want. So personally, I had 5 Nutcracker Scatterguns. I think I gave 1 away, but yeah, that's more Nutcracker Scatterguns than anyone needs. And we also have examples of people getting lots of SMGs and so on and so forth. And then you don't really get the weapons you actually are going to use. So let's say you're a mostly play soldier. You want a nice skin for a rocket launcher, and you don't get one. So in both the optics, I end up with 1 rocket launcher skin total. Now a good one that I really like using, but imagine if you are playing soldier, you want the skin, and all you get are SMGs and scatterguns and miniguns and pistols. Yeah, you're not going to be a happy camper, but now, with the new system, when you get the skin, you can see, would it fit on the weapon? You can select what weapon you want, so you see a weapon that you would want that the paint would actually fit on as well. You have to use some sort of think about how things are looking as well. So yeah, first paint I'm going to put it on a rocket launcher, and then it's a paint that you're sure you can apply it to a rocket launcher, but it's going to look hideous. Yeah, it's good thing to actually think about that. That's the thing. You can get the weapon you want quickly, and you can avoid getting a whole bunch of extra versions of a weapon you're not really using. And really, imagine getting a whole bunch of... Now, there are several of the unlocks can actually use these skins. Let's assume you get a bunch of black box skins, and you rarely play soldier, and when you do, you don't want to use the black box. Well, now you can actually make sure you actually get skins for what you want, and I think I have mentioned that is a really good thing to keep time, so yeah. All in all, I really like this. I think it's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun and see how things go when it settles down. Also, the fact that we're no longer now waiting for an update. Sure, there will be other updates in the future, but it's valid. It's going to take time, which means I will have time to actually think about updating with loadouts if it need be, and maybe look at other options, new unusual loadouts if I think about them. Or one of those I did think of previously where it's this includes panic attack, it's going to be changed. So, but anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time. Goodbye.